You and I get together tonight for the first time following my extended Thanksgiving break, and to say much has occurred during my absence from this anchor desk, well, that would be an understatement. Most notably and infamously, last week's terror attack in San Bernardino. Most of us determined it was an act of terror in the hours immediately following that mass shooting, when it became clear that radical Islamists had carried out the heinous attack. But it took our president until this weekend to reach the same conclusion. Here's the way he put it last night during his address from the Oval Office.
They had stockpiled assault weapons, ammunition, and pipe bombs. So this was an act of terrorism designed to kill innocent people.
So after that acknowledgement, what does our president propose to prevent more killings of innocent people? The curious combination of gun control and continued cultural sensitivity.
ISIL does not speak for Islam. They are thugs and killers, part of a cult of death. And they account for a tiny fraction of more than 1 billion Muslims around the world, including millions of patriotic Muslim Americans who reject their hateful ideology. Muslim Americans are our friends and our neighbors, our co-workers, our sports heroes. And yes, they are our men and women in uniform who are willing to die in defense of our country. We have to remember that.
Remember that, Mr. President? Most of us can recite it by rote. In fact, it seems that's all we ever hear from you. Those 13 minutes last night from the Oval Office were the rhetorical equivalent of leftist leftovers. Sure, turkey's great on Thanksgiving Day, but by the following Thursday, when you've had turkey sandwiches, turkey salad, and turkey hash, you've had your fill. And our president wasn't even serving up rhetorical turkey. He was dishing out pure baloney. Most Americans are fair-minded people. We don't need yet another lecture from our long-winded leader on tolerance. What we need is a commander-in-chief who is less Fred Rogers and more Franklin Roosevelt. Now, like our current president, FDR likewise believed in the radical redistribution of wealth, but unlike Obama, he also believed in victory over our enemies. No, I'm not defending his decision that led to the mass internment of Japanese Americans during World War II, but on this 74th anniversary of Pearl Harbor, it's worth noting that we remember no lecture from FDR on cultural tolerance. Instead, he asked Congress for a declaration of war and expressed his confidence that the American people would win through to absolute victory. Most of us have absolutely no confidence that our current commander-in-chief will take the right steps that will protect the American people. That's the way I see it. Now, for the way you see it. A lot of you have things to say on the president and gun control. Buddy writes in with these comments. I would like to know why President Obama has been dead set on disarming American citizens from day one of his time in office. This has been his main thrust, instead of trying to destroy the terrorists who are the real threat to the whole world. Leave our Constitution alone. We don't want to leave this alone. We want to get your comments. And here's the place you can send them on the internet. Give me your comments at newsmaxtv.com/comments. My final comment, stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.